Your brain literally has the same default settings that your ancestors like 3,000 years ago had. The reason why I'm making this video is because being grateful is a habit that truly impacted me in a positive way. I've been only been doing it since a couple of months ago, and I really I already noticed a huge difference in my life. Why you should be grateful? Well, most people would say that you should be grateful for what you have because other people don't, which makes sense, right? But that's not necessarily the only. Basically, when people say that, they're just trying to make you feel bad because I don't know. You know what I'm saying? They're just trying to make you feel bad. Oh, be grateful. But the issue that I've been trying to solve since a long time is the feeling of lack. And being grateful is literally the opposite of feeling lack. It's really important to be grateful because the feeling of lack is literally the root cause of a lot of issues that we have, which is feeling unworthy, feeling not good enough, lovable, rich, courageous, motivated, fit, energized, peaceful, whatever. Whenever you feel insecure or feel bad about yourself, it's because of a feeling of lack. You feel like, because I don't have this, I ain't shit, basically. Alright, so I ain't gonna waste your time. I'm gonna tell you how to cultivate gratitude. So the way to cultivate gratitude is to journal. Yes, when I say journal, I'm not saying dear journal. So the practice that I would suggest to you is journaling. When I say journaling, I'm not saying like you should like tell write down everything that's going on in your life or things like that. The only thing you need to do is literally write down 9 things you are grateful for. Example, I am grateful for being alive. I am grateful for being healthy every day. The only thing you have to do is, well, it's not true. It's not the only thing you have to do. It's just a simple habit that you can do every morning to reprogram your subconscious mind and cultivate more gratitude. But to be honest, it's not enough. Why? Because it's cool to be grateful for like 10 minutes every day, right? That's good. That's better than most people. But it's not enough because it's easy to be grateful when everything is fine, but when things don't seem to go your way or whatever, right? Like it's hard to like be grateful when you feel like you don't have enough money, you don't know what I'm saying? And please don't bullshit yourself and say, oh, I don't need to journal, I'm just gonna say I'm grateful every day. No, you don't. You're not gonna do it. You know why? Because you're going against decades of programming in your brain. So you might do it for a couple of days, like, oh, I am grateful for this, I am grateful for that, in your head, but you're not gonna do it. So that's why you have to physically do it. That's why I say write it down. I'm not saying write it down because like you need to read it. Now I'm saying the reason why I say write it down is because it's an action. It's a real action, and you will see a tangible result from that action, which is the paper with all your gratitude sentences, right? So that's why I'm telling you to journal. So please take my advice. And yeah, 2 other things. Don't be cheap. Alright? Don't let the, oh, I need to spend money to buy a notebook. Yes. Yes, you need to spend money to buy a fucking notebook, bro. Like, you're not that broke. You're not that broke. If you can buy fast food, You can buy a fucking notebook and a pencil and fucking write down 9 things you're grateful for. And another thing is, don't try to be smart. Oh, I don't need to write things down. I can just write it down on my phone or on my computer. It's because you won't. Not only you won't, but it's not as effective because you're already writing things down. You're already like, yeah, writing things down on your phone with your fingers and shit. But it's not the same. Why? Because it's just, there's a difference between doing this. What's the difference between A, B, and C? There's no difference between A, B, and C. It's just the movement of your fucking thumb, right? But when you write down something, it literally sends a message in your subconscious mind, because the memories of you knowing how to write things down is in your subconscious. That's why it's way easier to remember. Not only consciously remember, right? Because it's not true that everything you write down, you consciously remember it. But you don't need to consciously remember it to truly remember it. Like, you don't need to like fucking contract every specific muscle at this, like concentrate yourself to fucking walk, bro. You don't need to do like a fucking big ass effort just to walk or just to sit down and just, you know what I'm saying? Okay, I'm gonna contract this. No, you don't do that. Why? Because it's in your subconscious mind. So that's why I'm telling you, write things down with your fucking hands and write down 9 things you're grateful for in a journal. That's just one simple habit you can do. That's not even complicated. You don't have any excuse. Please do it. I know I'm hard on yourself. I know I'm hard on you right now, but why am I hard on you? It's because honestly that's how I am with myself. So if you don't like me, I ain't never gonna say that. I ain't never gonna say that. All right. You're just gonna be calm, and hopefully you will take my advice, because you care about improving your life and your mental health and the way you feel. This is a habit, right? You will not necessarily feel a huge difference right away. So that's why you have to do it for like, to truly form a habit, it takes like 3 weeks. But honestly, it doesn't even take 3 weeks for you to feel it. Well, for me, it didn't. How much time did it take me for me to feel a difference? Well, it took me like, I don't know. I don't know. It doesn't matter. Honestly, it's just good for you. It's just good. There's no, like, don't let your brain come up with excuses to not be grateful, please. When you write down things you're grateful for, try to be creative. So don't write down the same things every day. Be grateful for different things, because it's like a muscle. You have to like practice you have to practice it in a different way. So for example, it's easy to be like grateful for what happens to you, but you can be grateful for like things. You can be grateful for other people too. You can say, oh, I'm grateful for my mom, example, right? But the key, honestly, is to feel grateful. It's just truly feel gratitude in your heart. That's the key. Because if you don't feel it, you're just wasting your time. But you don't really have to worry about it too much, because if you try to come up with a reason to be grateful, you're already setting an intention to be grateful. So yeah. Alright, so hopefully I convince you to be grateful every day. But what cultivating gratitude every day does to your body. So that's what I'm going to tell you right now, because I know some people are impatient and want answer right away, right? So that's why I tell you literally directly what you should do. But the most important thing is to know what it actually does Because if you just do it to do it, like for me, I need to know why I do things. I can't just like do things for no reason. Even though I know it's good, and I literally need to know the science. That's how I am. So, lack is the opposite of gratitude, right? But what is that feeling of lack? That the feeling of lack is just fear of not having enough to survive. So when you feel lack, for example, you feel the lack of not having enough food to survive. That's why you become stressed and you have anxiety because you're afraid. Like your fucking nervous system activates and you're afraid. You're in a low vibration, and that fucks you up. You can't think straight when you're acting in a feeling of survival, right? So that's why you need to cultivate gratitude. Not just gratitude, honestly, joy works too. Love, any elevated emotion works. But for me, gratitude is I won't say it's the best, but it's the most simple to cultivate, and it's the most pure, because you can't fake being grateful, because it's just too easy to be grateful. Like, I can't just be grateful for the fresh clean air I'm breathing right now. Like, it's so fucking easy, but I can't say I'm really joyful because I need to think. You know what I'm saying? So it's a little harder. Alright, so don't demonize that feeling of lack. Why? Because it's a primal survival mechanism. Think about this. Let's say you can be like, do you really think you could be comfortable 24/7 when there's literally saber-toothed tigers running around and you live in a dangerous environment? No, doesn't make sense. You won't survive. You get eaten by a fucking tiger, right? So that's why fear kicks in. Your brain literally has the same default settings that your ancestors like 3,000 years ago had when they were cavemen and shit. Maybe so, because your brain isn't made for a safe, relatively safe world, your brain acts and operates the same exact way. Let's be honest, you probably don't think about starving 24/7, right? But guess what? Your brain doesn't know the difference between feeling anxiety because you don't know when you're gonna eat, or you don't know what's gonna happen next. It's just uncertainty. Now, stress is stress for your brain. It doesn't make a difference. The reason why you're stressed doesn't make a difference. If you're stressed, you're stressed. All right? So that's why sometimes you feel stressful for some little shit that doesn't even matter, but you feel like, like you feel fucking stressed for no fucking reason. Why? It's because your sympathetic nervous system gets activated or triggered by something in your environment. That's why. But if you continue watching this video, I'm gonna give you more practice to calm down your nervous system, alright? Because that's all it is. Fear is just like your fucking nervous system activating. That's it. Yeah, okay, yes, it's more complicated than that. Don't be a fucking science nerd, right? I'm just trying to make shit simple so anybody could understand. Your body wants, on a survival level, is safety and comfort. That's why, on a survival level, it makes more sense to you to fucking eat fast food than to like cook a healthy meal for yourself. Why? Because it's more comfortable. But why does your body want to do easier things? Is because it wants to preserve energy in case of emergency. That's why. That's why your body that's why your body doesn't want to spend unnecessary energy. Of course, you can't program your body to not just eat fast food every day. All right. That's why some people do super hard things, but they don't even break a sweat. Why? Because they're used to it. And the second thing your body wants is to reproduce and to have fun and pleasure. The third thing your body wants is to be someone or status, things like that. Number 4 is love and connection, the need to share and give to others. What's interesting is all those needs and desires are connected to your chakras. Your root chakra, your sacral chakra, and your solar plexus. So number 1 is your root chakra, number 2 is your sacral chakra, and your number 3 is your solar plexus. So the root represents survival, the sacral represents pleasure, and solar plexus represents your will. And the fourth one is your heart chakra, which represents your heart, love, whatever, right? So the reason why I'm talking about chakras is because your heart is literally the bridge between your lower self and your higher self, and which is your lower self would be your egotistical animal primal self, and your higher self would be your more divine intelligent self. I know it was a long explanation, right? But knowing about the nervous system is literally a game changer in your life, because stress is literally, bro, if you're always stressful or have a lot of anxiety, it literally is gonna kill you. I'm not even joking. All right, don't worry, I'm not trying to fearmonger you or some shit like that, but it's literally been proven by science that people that always are stressed, negative, things like that, they get sick, they get shit ton of fucking diseases out of nowhere, right? Why? Because they're vibrating low, and when you vibrate low on an energetic level, it literally puts your body in a constant state of survival. And because you think you're always in danger, like your body literally begins to eat itself from the inside. That's why you get sick and weak, because you're always fighting. You need to rest. That's why you need to you need to chill. You don't need to be stressed. It's really not good. Okay, there's 2 types of stress. There's stress. Oh fuck. Okay, there's eustress. Like eustress would be like the good stress. Like for example, lifting weights. When you lift weights, you literally put stress on your muscle, but that's good stress, because when you're resting, that's when your muscles heal and grow. It becomes stronger. But distress, that's the word, distress. Distress is literally you see a fucking bear and you have to run. You have to run away. That's not the kind of stress that you want in your life. But of course, it's inevitable. So you need techniques like meditation, journaling. You need to clear your mind so you can focus. If you're in a constant state of anxiety and stress, you can't think straight. You can't make the right decisions that you need to make every single day. Yeah, I know it was deep, right? I started the video talking about gratitude, be grateful, whatever, but now I'm talking about the fucking nervous system, anxiety, stress, and all that, because all of it is connected. I can't just talk about be grateful because it feels good. Like, that's lame, bro. Like, if I just tell you, be grateful because it feels good, you're probably like, okay, whatever. But because stress is a feeling in a state that's constant in our modern day lives, it's really important to cultivate presence and serenity of mind. And the best way to do that, guess what? Meditation. Yeah. I know you probably heard it before, meditate, 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 meditate. But you don't want to do it because why? You sit down and you're just bored. And your mind is always thinking about some random ass shit. And you think it doesn't work because you did it for like a fucking week and you know what I'm saying? But it works. It literally works. It works, bro. Like, you don't have any excuses. You really just have to be consistent and trust the process. I know you're probably thinking about some bad stuff in your life, because that's the hard thing, right? When I started to meditate, all I was thinking about is like, so at first it starts thinking about, oh, what should I do today? What should I eat? Then I started thinking about some fucked up shit that happened in my life, about some trauma and shit. But you have to sit down in the fire. That's what you need to do, because if you don't do that, you will never heal. When your sympathetic nervous system gets activated, you're in a state of fight, flight, or freeze. So if you see a bear and it tries to chase you, there's 3 things you can do. You can either fight the bear, run away, or just freeze like a fucking deer. So when that happens, your body releases cortisol and adrenaline. That's why you have, bro, you could literally not sleep for like 2 days and not barely eat anything, right? But if your ass is in danger, you're gonna get energy out of nowhere. I swear. Why? Because it's a survival mechanism. If we didn't have that survival mechanism, we wouldn't be here right now. But what tends to happen is that because your sympathetic nervous system gets triggered so much, it doesn't turn off. So that's why you're always tired, because you spend so much energy on doing, it's not even the things you're doing. You're just so stressed all the time, and you're drinking coffee and shit, which fucks up your fucking cortisol and blah 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 blah. So you don't have energy, and you don't eat right. That's another thing. You don't eat right, you don't exercise, you don't activate your parasympathetic nervous system. The number one way to activate your parasympathetic nervous system is to just breathe. Because think about it, when you're stressful, you don't breathe like this. Even when you're in a low vibrational state, okay, not just low vibrational state, because when you're exercising shit, you do that, right? But when you're afraid, you barely breathe. You're barely breathing. So to activate your parasympathetic nervous system is to just deep breath. Deep breath. You can do it faster if you need to. So that's why I suggest you to meditate, because when you meditate, you need to breathe. What's funny is what tends to happen is when you get distracted when you meditate, it's because you don't breathe. Every time you're not breathing deeply, your mind gets distracted. I don't know why, but it just happens. All right, let me talk to you about energy for a second. Energy is everything. Literally everything around, within, all is energy. Okay? Energy is a wave that vibrates on certain frequencies. So the difference between the solid bottle of water and the liquid inside it is the frequency. So this vibrates slow, That's why it's solid. This vibrates faster. That's why it's liquid. So, because everything is energy, right? Your emotions also is energy. You are energy. That's what you are. You are energy. You are everything. That's why everything is energy. You are everything. You're not separate from anything. Everything is connected. So there's high vibrational energy and there's low vibrational energy. So what you want to be, so where you want to be at is on a high vibrational level, which is love. The lowest vibration is fear. And when you feel lack, you feel the feeling of fear. It's just another type of fear. The fear of lack, of not having enough. But gratitude is the ultimate state of receiving. That's why it's the reverse. So by you being grateful every day, it literally flips it upside down. So you feel lack, then boom, you're grateful. Lack, boom, grateful, 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 grateful. Now you're just grateful all the time. Just vibrating at a high frequency. And when you vibrate at a high frequency, that's when you're happy, that's when you're present, that's when you focus, that's where life feels good to live. But when you live in fear and other feelings of survival, that's when life is hard. Like it's tough. It's like, I don't feel it. You know what I'm saying? But when you vibrate in higher, it's the higher the frequency, the lighter it gets. So let's take water for example. The highest vibration of water is like vapor, steam. What steam does, it shoots up because it's light. So that's why you can literally feel your heart being lighter when you're happy and you're in a state of love. That's because you're literally vibrating lighter. Honestly, I just want you to feel good because feeling good feels nice and I like to feel good. So because I feel good, I give you that good feeling in a way to feel good more often. That's my gift to you. Yeah, another thing you want to do. Oh, okay, yeah. Okay, okay. Let me give you some more sauce, right? So, fear. What do you think about when you're afraid? When you're afraid, you think about the future and the uncertainty of the future, right? But when you're grateful or feel love, whatever feelings that feel good, you're barely thinking, first of all, because you're in a flow state. But if you're thinking about stuff, you're thinking about the present moment. So that's another way to activate your parasympathetic nervous system, to be a science nerd. Just to feel good, you basically have to be present in the moment, because fear doesn't exist in the present moment. It's literally impossible to feel fear if you're present. Let's say, okay, I'll give you another extreme example. You see a bear, right? If you're literally present in the not only to the nanosecond, to now, you see the bear, you're still alive because you see the bear, right? So now nothing is happening, you're just seeing the bear, so you're not afraid. But that's really easier said than done in that situation, because like I said, your brain is literally programmed to to trigger when you see danger. All right. So yeah, when you're present, when you feel afraid, uncertain, even procrastination. You know what procrastination is? It's just fear. It's just fear. It's weird, right? Why not wanting to do something is fear? Because a lot of the times when you procrastinate, you don't want to do the things that you have to do is because you're not sure it's gonna work, you're not sure if it's worth doing, so your body wants to save energy, like I told you before. That's why on a survival level it makes more sense to eat fast food every day, because it's easier and it saves you energy. But as you will find out, if you do that, you'll not get energy from eating fast food, so it's stupid. But your brain is really good at learning, you know? So don't underestimate your brain. All right? So now that you know that, I hope that that information was really helpful to you and that it will really make an impact on your life. I feel like I've been all over the place in this video. I'm sorry for that. So let me give you a quick recap, right? So stress is bad. Why? Because when your sympathetic nervous system activates, it creates fear, which is chemically known as cortisol, and your adrenaline spikes up, right? And because of that, it takes away a lot of energy in your body, which makes you feel tired, and you can't focus on anything, so that's why you can't get things done. So the best way to fix that is to activate your parasympathetic nervous system, which the most simple way to do it is to just relax. Relaxing means breathing deep, taking deep breaths. All right? So that's why I suggest you to meditate. But because in this video I talked to you about being grateful, you can literally be grateful. Put your hands on your heart and just breathe deeply. Then you're gonna think about something you're really grateful for. Yeah. So be grateful. Be aware of the feeling of gratitude. Be grateful. Pay attention to it. All right? And breathe. Just breathe with it. Breathe with that feeling of gratitude. And so now I want you to sit down for like 5 minutes, 10 minutes every day and cultivate that feeling of gratitude, because that's the best feeling in the world, is to receive something that you are grateful for. All right? So thank you for watching this video. Thanks for everybody that subscribed to my channel. I appreciate your likes and your comments. I'm open for consultation, so if you want to have a one-on-one talk with me, I'll drop a link on the description. All right? Peace.